2025 wasn't just Lisa's year. It was the year a silent branding prototype emerged. She didn't campaign. She calculated. And every room she entered, fashion, music, motorsport, entertainment, she didn't just participate. She repositioned the value of presence itself. When Lisa Manaban appeared at the White Lotus Season 3 premiere in 2025, it wasn't just a celebrity sighting, it was a strategic branding statement. No pre-hype. No interview. Just presence. And in business, presence without words is power. The show itself symbolizes wealth, social masks, and hidden agendas. Lisa's arrival aligned her image with those exact layers: elite, mysterious, and culturally sharp. What made it genius was how she entered, not as a performer but as part of the visual narrative. She became a moving piece in HBO's luxury aesthetic. That's narrative integration, where the brand value of a person rises not through what they say but where they place themselves. Search trends spiked globally. Fans speculated, markets watched, and analysts noted how this one appearance subtly repositioned Lisa, not just in entertainment but in high-end cultural capital. She wasn't there to promote a song. She was there to evolve into a global visual asset. This wasn't fame. This was equity. No one expected Lisa to drop Alter Ego, an album that wasn't just music but a multi-layered brand reset. It wasn't K-pop. It wasn't pop. It was identity engineering. Each track was crafted like a cinematic universe, and every lyric whispered one clear message. Lisa is no longer just a performer, she's an idea. In business terms, Alter Ego is a brand repositioning campaign disguised as an album. She expanded her audience beyond fandoms, into creative investors, fashion strategists, and storytelling curators. She wasn't selling songs. She was selling narrative IP, emotional ownership, and lifestyle architecture. And the rollout? Kpop dominant. No overexposure, just curated mystery. That's premium branding psychology, low noise, high intrigue. The album triggered emotional engagement but also created a digital asset portfolio, streaming rights, licensing potential, and AI-ready vocal tech for future deals. Revenue wasn't just from Spotify or YouTube. Came from the identity economy. Lisa's voice became a scalable product. And with Alter Ego, she proved she could build an empire from persona. Not just fame, but long-tail value. This was never just an album. It was a blueprint. When Lisa showed up at the Oscars 2025, it wasn't for a performance or a nomination. But somehow she hijacked the night. While the world talked about winners, red carpet analysts and business insiders were busy decoding her move. It was unexpected but precise. Lisa's appearance wasn't about stealing the spotlight. It was about redirecting it. In branding terms, this was strategic hijacking, inserting herself into one of the most influential global stages without needing to be part of the official script. No invitation to perform, no film role, yet all eyes found her. That's disruptive marketing. She didn't just walk the red carpet, she reframed it. Dressed in sculpted minimalism with a subtle nod to Louis Vuitton, she was the brand extension, not just the ambassador. Quiet power. Cameras flashed. Headlines followed. Engagement soared. This is called proximity branding, placing yourself near prestige to mirror the perception. But Lisa didn't just borrow prestige. She amplified it. Her image at the Oscars trended globally, outpacing some of the actual nominees in digital engagement. That's data-driven equity. It wasn't about movies. It was about momentum. That night, Lisa BLACKPINK wasn't acting in a film. She was directing the narrative. Paris Fashion Week, March 2025. The air was cold, but the room burned with anticipation. Then she walked in, Lisa. Not just seated front row, but embedded in the Louis Vuitton Fall/Winter 2025 experience like a living asset. She wasn't just a guest. She was the quiet center of gravity in a room full of luxury titans. While others attended, Lisa activated. Her entrance timed down to the minute. Her outfit? An architectural LV silhouette custom-fitted to mirror the season's themes: control, evolution, and silent dominance. It wasn't fashion. It was symbolism. Louis Vuitton wasn't using her to promote the brand. Lisa was the brand. The audience didn't just see a celebrity. They saw a billion-dollar visual product in motion. Here's where the business layer kicks in. LVMH understands visual capital better than anyone. Placing Lisa at the heart of their show was a calculated asset move. She's not merely an influencer. She's a luxury accelerator. Her image triggers behavioral economics. Fans don't just want to watch, they want to belong. That's luxury psychology. Scarcity, desire, identity, all activated in a single frame. And the data proved it. Engagement rates spiked 500% globally post-event. Mentions of Lisa Vuitton trended, not even an official collaboration, just organic power. Investors watch that. So do shareholders. This wasn't a Fashion Week cameo. It was a shareholder-level appearance. Lisa turned runway lights into shareholder signals. No press release. No announcement. Just presence with a price tag. April 2025. The desert heat collided with neon lights at Coachella's Sahara stage. But what exploded wasn't just sound, it was Lisa. No teaser, no promo campaign. Just one name, one stage, and the kind of crowd hysteria that doesn't happen twice in a generation. They called it #LisaChella. And it wasn't just a show, it was a case study. This wasn't Lisa's debut as a solo performer, but it was her biggest solo statement. Choreography hit sharp. The vocals raw but controlled. The styling? A hyper-modern hybrid between streetwear rebellion and high-fashion polish, coded directly into Louis Vuitton's next global release. Every movement broadcasted brand equity. And while the stage screamed entertainment, the subtext whispered monetization. Let's unpack the real value. Lisa's 12-minute set triggered more Google searches than Coachella's headliners. Her hashtag trended in over 32 countries. LV's stock saw a subtle but very real bump post-weekend. Why? Because Lisa isn't just a performer. She's a media multiplier. One performance drove ripple effects across fashion, music, and finance. That's revenue resonance. Behind the scenes, digital licensing kicked in. Her live visuals repurposed into ad content, her outfits seeded into upcoming collections. Even her Spotify streams spiked 40% in 48 hours. That's ecosystem dominance. Fans watch the show. Brands read the analytics. But here's the twist, this wasn't about ego. It was about engineered momentum. Lisa turned a music festival into a billion-dollar distribution node. No fluff. No filler. She didn't perform to impress. She performed to imprint. Nobody saw it coming. One teaser post, black background, gold serif font, priceless. The internet froze. Then it cracked. A surprise collaboration between Lisa, BLACKPINK, and Maroon 5? This wasn't just unexpected, it was structurally brilliant. Not a song, a statement. And beneath the glossy production, a masterclass in music asset leverage. From the first hook, Priceless felt engineered to linger. Lyrically vague, sonically familiar, but loaded with subliminal luxury cues. Lisa's verse, sharp and ethereal, contrasted Levine's warmth, turning the track into a binary of power and vulnerability. But the real genius wasn't in the chorus. It was in the framework. This wasn't just a musical release, it was a multi-platform business move. Streaming rights, exclusive brand syncs, NFT drops, even short-format integrations teased across multiple verticals. Lisa wasn't featured on the track. She was equity-aligned with it. Rumors of back-end revenue splits, creative control clauses, and co-ownership of master rights sparked across entertainment finance forums. LVMH's fingerprints? Quiet but present. The aesthetic of the campaign echoed their editorial language. Parisian cool meets New York edge. Digital billboards in Seoul, LA, and Dubai launched simultaneously, all algorithm calibrated. Lisa wasn't just crossing markets, she was synchronizing them. And here's the real kicker: Priceless became the first collaborative track to trigger a dual surge in both Spotify and LVMH Google Trends. Two industries, fashion and music, colliding under one visual nucleus, Lisa. This wasn't a feature. It was financial choreography. She didn't need to dominate the charts. She dominated the conversation. May 2025. Miami wasn't just hosting another Formula One weekend, it was setting the stage for a branding collision of speed and status. But amidst the roar of V6 engines and billion-dollar sponsorship banners, all eyes turned to one woman stepping into the Ferrari paddock, Lisa. No pit pass could buy the kind of attention she generated. She wasn't just a guest, she was the headline behind the headlines. Ferrari made a calculated move. F1 isn't just about racing anymore, it's a luxury lifestyle ecosystem. And Lisa? She's not just a pop star, she's a global trust asset. When she appeared as Ferrari's guest of honor, dressed in custom LV with subtle red accents, a nod to the Scuderia, it wasn't about fashion. It was a branding handshake between heritage and hype. Her mere presence catalyzed the metrics. Ferrari's socials exploded, F1's YouTube and Instagram engagement spiked, and global press pivoted coverage. For 48 hours, Lisa trended above the race itself. That's not celebrity, that's brand gravity. Now here's where the strategy deepens. Lisa's integration wasn't passive. Her appearance was filmed, sliced into short reels, subtly embedded with Ferrari and LVMH visual language. It's what marketers call immersion synergy. Her audience didn't just see a brand, they absorbed it effortlessly. The impact? Analysts noted a temporary spike in Ferrari's web traffic from Southeast Asia and Europe. Luxury watch sponsors saw parallel engagement lifts. And fashion resale sites reported a demand surge for Lisa's outfit within 24 hours. That's economic ripple via personal brand equity. Lisa didn't need to drive the car. She was the engine of influence. No lap times, just lifetime value. Lisa's approach is what happens when influence graduates into infrastructure. Simulated quote, BOF, April 2025, May 2025. The Met Gala, where fashion meets fantasy and the world watches through a billion lenses. But this year, the red carpet moment that hijacked every global feed wasn't Anna Wintour's curated theme, it was Lisa's silent entrance. No interviews, no theatrics. Just one calculated step in what insiders began calling the billion-dollar dress. Lisa appeared draped in a Louis Vuitton couture piece rumored to be custom designed months in advance. The gown? Ethereal, gold-threaded silk, encrusted with microcrystals forming an abstract phoenix wing down her back. But it wasn't just about craftsmanship. It was messaging. And everyone, from investors to marketers, understood it instantly. This wasn't fashion. This was a symbolic takeover. Behind the scenes, the brand strategy was surgical. LVMH knew exactly what they were doing. Placing Lisa, who had recently caused stock tremors just by appearing at their events, into the most photographed night in fashion, dressed as a metaphor for rebirth and dominance? That's not coincidence. That's corporate storytelling through couture. Digital engagement told the rest of the story. Within 36 hours, Lisa's appearance broke 6 global engagement records across Instagram, X, and Pinterest. Her look was the most reposted outfit of the night. Retail analysts reported a 12% spike in LV's online traffic within 72 hours. But here's the kicker. Luxury stock whisperers claim LVMH shares ticked up subtly mid-gala. That's right. Her walk triggered Wall Street. The emotional core? Lisa Menaban never said a word. No press moment. No behind-the-scenes vlog. Just pure presence. It was silent dominance, an image so controlled it felt algorithmically engineered. And yet it stayed human. Mysterious. Inspirational. This wasn't a dress. It was a financial signal wrapped in silk, not just worn weaponized. Post-Met Gala, industry analysts coined a new metric, the Lisa Index, a fusion of cultural capital and market reaction. Her impact is now tracked not just in likes, but in liquidity. Don't be surprised if she launches her own house, fashion, media, or fintech-backed. 'Cause at this point, Lisa isn't entering markets. She's becoming one. So what did we just witness? Across 7 seismic events in 2025, Lisa didn't just appear, she executed a masterclass in silent domination. Every move, from the White Lotus premiere to the Coachella Sahara stage, was calculated, layered, and loaded with purpose. This wasn't about relevance. This was about ownership. Lisa BLACKPINK became more than a global icon. She transformed into a luxury growth vehicle, an intangible asset whose presence alters charts, brand equity, cultural value, and yes, stock price. She's not CEO. She doesn't need to be. 'Cause power today isn't in the title. It's in leverage. And Lisa owns the room, the narrative, the economy, without saying a word. This is what the world missed. But you didn't. If you're still here, it means you're not watching for entertainment. You're here to decode the formula. This is beyond K-pop, beyond fashion. This is strategic visibility, cross-industry branding, fintech performance disguised as pop culture. Lisa is the prototype, but the real story is what you do after watching this. If you're the type that sees brand power as language, if you treat content like assets, if you read moves before the headlines do, then you're exactly who this was made for. So don't just scroll. Claim your seat at the table. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Turn on notifications because we don't drop often. But when we do, it moves markets. Subscribe for clarity, for positioning. 'Cause next time it won't be Lisa. It might be the next billion-dollar creator brand. And if you're early, you won't just watch it happen. You'll be part of the pattern. This isn't just content. It's capital disguised as culture.